Just wait for it. All right, we're live.
Hallelujah! All my New South Empire, wonderful and fantastic fun, and StarMan Filmz Global family of winners. It's your winner, Fitzhugh, Sergio, Huff. Yeah, y'all know what time it is. It's time for the Winners Podcast. I call it the Winners Podcast because we don't have nothing but winners on this show. Straight like that. We got some heavy topics. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a shitload of things. Stuff that's very pertinent and current, all right? I want to introduce my panel. Two more are coming momentarily. We got Adam C. Wilson. He down there in Hawaii. Woo-woo. That's right. Then we got, y'all know who that is over there. That's that Grave Digger. Celebrity comedian Grave Digger. We got Mr. Samuel Blue, our main researcher, philanthropist, activist, and analyst, and strategist. And we really appreciate all you guys. Well, hopefully we'll have Timothy Stewart, Lyric Ethu, and Marlo Gibson joining us. The other cast already have let us know they wouldn't be on tonight. With that being said, we want to send a shout out to our sponsor, Lit Sticks. Hey, there go Wanda. Hey, Wanda. That's Wanda Joe. What's happening, Wanda? Thanks for joining us. Lit Sticks, premium hemp, CBD, and THC. That's right. We don't want to be low. We get high. Straight like that. Anyway, our first topic for the night, y'all, is why do we got Julian over there in South America or Costa Rica, one of the two. He said good night to all. Wait, we ain't going nowhere. What he saying good night for? But anyway, we know how y'all speak over there. We know how y'all speak all ass backwards. Well, we glad you here. Straight like that. Okay. Motherfuckers, stay picking and choosing. They pick what they want to do and what they want to use and what they want to choose and ignore the obvious. You know what I'm saying? I can't comprehend it. They ain't trying to. Let's go with this. First topic. Obama killed Osama bin Laden. No congressional approval. Obama invaded Libya. The operation killed Gaddafi. No approval. Biden killed the Al-Qaeda leader in 2020. No congressional approval. Trump swoops in and brings the man alive back to the United States. Democrats go crazy. That's some funny shit. The Democrats they need to stop being absolute hypocrites. Let's start with Digger, what's your thoughts on why I wouldn't even say the left, because Republicans do it too. You know, I'm not gonna say it's to one party. But what's the purpose in choosing one side? Why is it okay when Obama did the shit worse, way worse than Trump did? But when Trump do it, it's a problem. Now, everybody and on top of that, soldiers died. Soldiers died when Obama did it. Not now soldier got hurt. Not now piece of equipment got broke. Nothing. Not now soldier got injured with Trump. But with Obama, shitloads of people got killed, hurt, and we lost a lot of equipment. And he did it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. He did it with Osama bin Laden. He did it with Gaddafi. He did it with the Al-Qaeda leader. That's just 3. Ain't no telling what else he done. But what happened? Why people so soon forget? But when Trump do something and bring the man back alive with nobody getting injured, it's a major problem. Help me understand that, Digger.
Well, that's real easy to understand. If you military, those people that were killed by Obama and Biden and all those are people that actually harmed us. Now, the president of Venezuela ain't actually did a thing to us. I mean, you can say he's the one supporting all the drugs. Trump did this, for another reason, and they announced it tonight. He said, we're not even talking about drugs. We went over there to get the oil. Now, they didn't. So what? My gas prices went up $1. I don't care. That's not killing me. But Osama bin Laden and all them, the towers, all of that, these guys actually did something to Americans.
Okay, but what I want to reiterate that the people are bitching about him doing it without approval. Obama did it 4 times without approval.
No, Obama didn't bring nobody back. We didn't actually kidnap nobody. We went over to kill somebody.
That's worse.
It's like, worse. Yeah, we went over to kill somebody because they did something. The president of Venezuela ain't did nothing. He just
so you don't consider him starving his own people, stealing from his own people, and assisting. What's the name of that gang, Sam? The one that took over the projects in Chicago and Colorado. How you pronounce it?
Trinidad.
Yeah. You don't have no concern about him being the head gang member of that and bringing them over here to the United States?
Nope. I mean, that's his people. If he run his country the way he wants to, that's our problem. We want everybody to do what we want them to do. That's like you coming in my house telling me how to rearrange my furniture. That ain't none of your business. This is my house. That's Venezuela. That's his house. So I don't see this for us to go over and take somebody, kidnap somebody, which is actually kidnapping, just because I want your oil. He's just a big bully. My basketball went flat, so I'm gonna go over next door and take the boys' basketball next door to me. That's what he did.
Switch balls. Okay. All right. So you said he didn't have no contribution to the fentanyl trade or the gang members that was torturing American citizens. You saying he ain't had nothing to do with that?
I ain't seen him do nothing. I haven't seen him do a thing. You haven't either. Nobody has. We only going by what they say. If I make up a good enough lie, I can have you arrested. They're not going to look at I lied to get you arrested. They're going to look at you got arrested.
Good point. Good point. Good point. Adam, what's your thoughts on motherfuckers pick and choose what they want to bitch about?
Right. I mean, so if you're just going at the basis based on, I feel like you didn't get a congressional approval. There's presidents before Obama who have done the same thing previously. This isn't something new or something that just automatically happened. Now, the reason for or the severity of to decipher whether that is a valid response of whether I should or should not get congressional approval is just crazy to me. I mean, that man, yes, he's done some things that let's say can be looked as positive, but the country as a whole, their dollar is worth nothing. There was times in 2016, 2017 where there was a 4 or 5 hour line just to get bread and water and milk, necessities for the people of that country. He's basically took over their presidency, completely controlled the country through, his control and power through his relationships with the cartel in order to impoverish anybody in Venezuela. I think that what is happening to them is the excitement that you see through the Venezuelans, that they're excited to be free again. Now, the ultimate outcome will be what the resolution to his replacement will be, whether it's a positive or a negative thing. But the removal of him was nothing negative. And the fact that he did it without assassination so he could still face trial for his actions, I think is very, very respectful.
I'm going to read a little insert that Corey Cut Taylor sent me. He said, Fitzhugh, he said, one day people will realize that power to the people doesn't exist anymore. Soon the power to even complain online about your political ops will be taken away. Instead of bitching about which devil is the worst, mofos better be preparing for shit to hit the fan, as Digger always say, because Trump just turned off China's oil supply. Countries bombed by the U.S. under the Obama administration, and it's a CNN clip. So can you play that CNN clip right for me, please? If anybody could read that, I damn sure can't unless I pull it up right here. Okay, well, it says that CNN has named President Trump the war-ending president, who, as of Tuesday, has ordered airstrikes in 7 distant countries that we know of. President Barack Obama has always acknowledged there are times when military force is necessary, even when he accepted his Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, that's very and then there's a related video there, but I don't know how long that video is, and we don't do the time restraints. We're gonna move right along. So you got people agreeing with it and people disagreeing with it. Sam, what is your take on mofos picking and choosing and being opportunists when it benefits them?
Well, that's just society in general. But when we talk about Article 2 powers that Trump is using now, that Obama used, that Clinton used, that Bush used, Bush had to go through Congress because he declared war on, so to declare war, you have to go through Congress. But Article 2 powers for strikes, you only have to notify Congress within 2 days after it happened, or 48 hours after it happened. And the reason why that was put in there, because they knew they had spies, they knew they had people that would leak information. That's why they only had to notify them 48 hours after it happened. That's why I think Obama more than 7-8 times he publicly announced, that they conducted a drone strike. Even in 2013 in December, when he launched a drone strike on a wedding that had no terrorists. No. That's December 2013. There was no energy about that. So my thing is, like, if we're gonna have like energy about something under Trump or something under Obama, let's be equal all the way around. But Article 2 powers don't require congressional approval. That's period.
And see, people are not informed to that, so they think that anything that the president does, they have to get permission from Congress. Now, let me tell you what's really ironic. Biden put out a $25 million hit and reward on the president of Venezuela. Why didn't he have the gonads, the scrotum, the testicles, the balls, the nuts to go get them himself? Right. He made Trump richer than he already is.
He was scared of China.
Didn't Trump add another 25 million to it? Made it 50 million, so he received 50 million for going to retrieve that man. Well, what's up with that, Digger? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, everybody just trying to show how big of balls they got. And but see, everybody's looking at this man, and I still go back to the old thing. If you haven't done anything to me, I'm not gonna bother you.
So and why did Biden pull that up, Sawyer, please? Why did Biden put this bounty?
I saw that.
Why did Biden put this bounty on that man and said he was a threat to the United States? And why he didn't go get him if he really felt that way?
But he really didn't, because I don't think Biden made that decision. Because Biden, to me, wasn't that smart.
Right. That's true. He did use auto pen. You're right about that. Yeah. But he did. So you think he did put that 25 million bounty on his head, though, right?
I think somebody did it, and then put his name on the label. But I don't think Biden did that. It's like Jimmy Carter putting a bounty on somebody.
Yeah, so you don't think he labeled him as a threat to the United States?
No, because if he'd been labeled as a threat to the United States, it ain't like he just started when Biden got in there. He'd been a threat forever. He'd been there 27 years.
Yeah, right.
So how many presidents have we had in the last 27 years?
Yeah, but okay, just like this is factual. We did double check this. Do you have any evidence to go against it that Biden didn't put this hit order on him?
No, I don't.
Yeah, so I mean, we got to go with we sort of basically have to go with factual. Adam, why do you think Biden, if he want to put a $25 million hit bounty on this man and call him a threat to society, why didn't he go get him?
I mean, there isn't a foreign entity that is a terrorist organization that we somehow do not play a part in. I think he was still fitting the needs of Americans to suffice them, to keep them at bay. I think that when China came in and started building a relationship with the world's largest oil and gold reserves, that's what made Trump come to a head and resolve the situation before it became a geopolitical power that may not be uncontrollable to help back and support BRICS.
Sam, same question.
I think Biden did, because if you look back, you know, when he was the VP and even when he was a senator, there's videos all online where Biden was actually speaking in front of Congress and the Senate about the U.S. Instead of letting drugs come here, let's go into those countries. Let's go into Venezuela. Let's go into Colombia. Let's go into Cuba and bomb them. Biden was a strong advocate of that then. But I think when Trump offered his little $15 million bounty and when he was during his first term, and you didn't really hear nothing else about it. But I think that was because of like dealing with impeachments. You know, it's just a whole lot going on. But Biden tried to one up and raise it to 25. Like that's going to do something. After Maduro lost the election, you know, 70 to 30%, he lost the election. And that's when he had his people running people down in the street, you know. So it's like one of those things that we just have to look at, you know, when it comes to Venezuela. I don't think Biden did anything because him or his advisors, the people around him, were fearful of China. That was the thing. I think he was just fearful. And when it comes to Trump, whether you like him or hate him, he ain't scared. And he has shown, like, he fears no other country. He holds no caution to no other country on this planet. So when Trump heard all these people, well, Democrats want it, Republicans want it. Shoot, why are they talking? Let's just go. We got the best special operations in the world. Let's just go in and get them.
1 hour.
And that's what he did.
1 hour.
And you have to also think about how good it was, because this is the reason why it's so good to for Article 2, where you don't have to notify Congress within 48 hours. Now, everybody on this panel or in the audience, think about the climate that we're in, you know, our climate in America. Can you honestly tell me that if they shared the information with the select committee in Congress, that they would not have leaked it to the media? They probably would have let Venezuela know. They would have done those, and then we would have U.S. soldiers killed. We would have lost equipment. We could have lost those things. So that's the reason why I'm a supporter of Article 2, because you do have snitches. You do have leakers. You do have those things, and that's why it's in place. But I just think, in short, Biden was just, him and his people were basically scared of China.
And you know what? You know what really cracks me up? Some people are so gullible and so asinine to ask this stupid ass question. Why Trump, if he's so much against drugs, why he pardoned this other drug lord? Duh, to snitch on the rest of them. That is really plain to see. And that's how it happened. Julia said, if y'all think that man was not sold out, then I don't know what to say. He was sold out. How we don't know that he was sold out by the Honduras drug kingpin that Trump pardoned? That man gave some names up for that operation to only take 1 hour for him to be pinpointed where he was at that certain specific time. He was snitched on, more than likely by the drug lord that Trump pardoned. Sawyer, pull up that those two clips for me right quick, please.
Quickly turn to Venezuela. Where Maduro once again demonstrated his complete disregard for democratic norms and proceeded with his illegitimate inauguration. As President Biden emphasized during his meeting with President-elect Edmundo Gonzalez Urrutia on Monday, January 6th, we believe that it is essential that the will of the Venezuelan people is respected. In coordination with our partners, we've given Maduro and his representatives every opportunity to restore democracy, but they haven't. So today we are building on all of our previous actions and taking further major actions. We announced new sanctions on key Maduro-aligned officials as a part of our efforts to hold them accountable, and we imposed more visa restrictions totaling nearly 2,000 individuals. We also increased the reward amount to $25 million for Nicolas Maduro and his so-called Minister of Interior as part of the Department of State's Narcotics Rewards Program.
Okay. All right. Let's see it right there for a second. All right. All of this being said, I think it has a lot to do with procrastination. I don't know. Why didn't they do it? And now that that Trump did it, they bitching and moaning. Go to the second clip, Sawyer, please.
Thanks. So let's go back to Local 10 News reporter Amy Viteri. She's in the newsroom with the latest developments.
Well, the world is watching as Venezuelans stage a coup to try to free their country from the rule of embattled President Nicolas Maduro. Opposition activists are being met with force in this uprising in what's being called, quote, the final phase of Operation Freedom. We want to show you now live images out of Caracas, the capital city, of course, the center of the clash between the opposition and government supporters. Just before noon, we witnessed a wild scene on the street. A military car you see there going into the crowd. Look at that, right into those people gathered there. After that, a Molotov cocktail appears to be thrown at that vehicle. All of this happening not far from La Carlota Air Base, where Guaidó rallied support earlier today, beginning again what they are calling Operation Freedom, saying it was in its final.
Okay, now that right there, that's the Venezuelan people staging a coup against him. Nothing to do with the United States.
Well, it wasn't really a coup because they were just protesting because he lost the election. 70 to 30%. He only received 30% of the votes. So instead of stepping down, so to me, it wasn't really a coup. They were protesting. But he did what a dictator does. He ordered his National Guards to run the protesters down, as we just saw.
Right.
So the thing is, that was just one video of 25, 30 of them. And so when people talk about a dictatorship here in the U.S., a dictator would have tanks running over people in the street. A dictator wouldn't allow people to exercise their First Amendment right. A dictator would prevent that. They wouldn't do anything to basically anything said negative against them. Like if somebody said, think about it. A U.S. reporter, journalist wrote a story on Zelensky that he witnessed him utilizing cocaine. Zelensky, Biden's last year, they executed him. And you didn't hear nothing about it.
Yeah.
Because he used his First Amendment right to write a story about Zelensky and his cocaine use. And Zelensky killed him, an American citizen. Ain't nobody saying nothing. So that's my thing. When people talk about, okay, took ice, put a bullet, where was your voice when that U.S. citizen was killed because he talked about somebody using cocaine? Where was your voice when Obama bombed a wedding with no terrorists in it, a civilian wedding in Yemen? So my thing is, again, if you're going to have the energy for one thing, have it for all of it. That's the thing. Don't be a hypocrite. Have it spread. I got smoke for everybody. I talk about stuff on left side more, But I do talk about the right side. All these corrupt people getting rich. Marjorie Taylor Greene, your net worth then went from a couple million to 300 million, and all of a sudden you retire because you know they about to pass a no stock trades. It's coming.
It's coming.
So you done finesse your way. You done increase your net worth from a couple million to 300 million in 4 years. So the smoke needs to go to all sides. I just tell people, don't be hypocrites. Talk about everything.
Yep, that's true. Okay, now
like that,
none of us live in Venezuela, right? And the majority of the people that are bitching about what that always winning-ass winner Donald Trump did don't live in Venezuela. But the country of Venezuela, show them what they're doing, Sawyer. Show them what the country of Venezuela is doing every day. It's like they got new life. So who are we to complain, bitch, moan, gripe, whine, complain, protest, rally, boycott about the liberation of a certain nationality?
Right.
They have hope now, and also if we go right along, let me see, did I give you that clip? I didn't give you that clip, but there's a clip though. I forgot to give it to you, Sawyer. There's a clip where the administration has said it's soon. I mean, immediately, soon as the elections get right, that's going back to the rightful owner. But over here, they're trying to say Trump wants to run the country. Trump got enough responsibility as it is right now.
Like I said, he can't run this.
He's doing a great job with this one. But anyway, moving right along.
Well, if you want to show Venezuela, let's go back to show.
Marlo Gibson is backstage trying to get in. Okay, Sawyer. Oh. All right. Now we getting to you, Grave Digger. Did we cover that? Hey, Grave Digger, do you want to be the what they call it? Do you want to be the Grinch on them? On them celebrating their freedom finally after 27 years?
Well, wait a minute. I can take a clip from anything and make you believe it. That's not the whole country. That's just a part where they want you to see. Now, he might have overthrown and lost the election by 70%. But let's go back to January the 6th when your boy said, let's walk down here to the Capitol and I want to go with you. And then they destroyed the Capitol. Isn't that the same thing? I'm like, Sam, you gonna
no, it's not. Trump said, let's go march on the Capitol.
Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing.
That's all he said.
That's
all he said.
I'm the only one on this panel that doesn't have a high school diploma. And I ain't that stupid. We knew exactly what he was doing, and he knew what he was doing.
You don't know.
So like Sam said, let's bring.
We don't know. All he said was, let's march on the Capitol.
But he also said peacefully.
How the fools took it. They ain't nobody twist their arm to do that shit. All right. Okay. Moving right along. I'm happy for the Venezuelan people. My partner is part Venezuelan. My business partner is part Dominican. When we were sitting here in the living room, he got so many phone calls from his family members and friends there. It was like they were showing him videos right here, showing him videos of the celebration. They were so happy about what's taking place. Once again, Sawyer, Marlo Gibson says she's backstage trying to get in. Okay, moving right along. Y'all know how and I've noticed this only in our own people. which is sad to say. I really don't even like to say our own people, but black people. If you don't agree with them, you're a coon, you're a house in, you're a Uncle Tom, you're a Sambo. And guess what? All of them words come from what? The slave master. That slave mentality words. But you directing it at somebody that got their own freedom of mind. Let's play with this Muslim. I don't side with Muslims or none of that. But I'm gonna pull this up right quick, and then I'm gonna let me see. Hold on 1 second. Let me get back to that. Pull up. Yeah. So go ahead and pull up brother Nuri Muhammad.
That 95% of all black men that are killed by another black man that either knew them or loved them at some point. Did you know that there's more black males born than there are black females? But by the time the two reach the age 18, black females are outnumbering black males 7-1. That 95% of all black.
That wasn't it. But anyway, okay. And then he went on to say that if you went against the grain and spoke up for truth and righteousness, I think that was his words, you were called house and inn,
I made it.
coon, Sambo. What is that? Where does that mentality come from? That if another black man don't agree with you, here goes somebody chiming in. How is it because a person don't believe in that? You all of these words, Sambo, house in, Uncle Sam, Uncle Tom, sell out, all that. Where that come from? You know what? I love Digger with every fiber of my being. It really do get to me when you say that I'm a follower. I've never ever been a follower. I like Trump. That don't make me, but guess what? You know what? If you do call me a house in word, that's a compliment. Because the house in saved a lot of slaves. Saved a lot of slaves' lives. So that's sort of a compliment. But nigga, like you keep calling us Sambos, Uncle Toms. You know what? Before we already heard what the minister Nuri Muhammad said. Hey, play that next one. Hold on, let me get to it. Play the next one right up under that. Okay, here go. Pull it. Matter of fact, pull that up on the big screen. I want everybody to see this. Put this up on the big screen. You know what where they got the chemical right there, Sawyer, trying to find a cure for cooning.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, that's you. Yeah. He said, McKinley Bryson said he's trying to find a cure for cooning. He said, don't worry, black Trump supporters. I'll get you back on this side of the tracks. But you have to reapply for your black card and sing the black national anthem. I don't want no damn black card.
Why?
Who the hell wants a black card? I want a human race card. When you want a black card, you limiting yourself. I want white, green, yellow, red. I want all of the color cards. Read that again. Somebody please read that again. Don't worry, black Trump supporters. I'll get you back on this side of the tracks. But you have to reapply for your black card and sing the black national anthem. Fuck a black card. That's segregation. The black national anthem is segregation. That's racist. Mm-hmm. It's pure racist.
Well,
Please
what about
help me
the Star
understand
Spangled
that.
Banner?
Please help me understand that, Digger.
How can you call what we have being racist?
Right.
If you say support black business only,
how can you say the black national anthem is racist? Why don't you read the second verse of the national anthem and it's talking against you?
I don't sing neither one of them. I am of the human race, not the black race. Okay.
Well, that
That's
human race that you're talking about is a bunch of bullshit. Because there's nobody,
you can
there's no
limit yourself to
application
just black.
that you can put down where it says race and put down human race. They're gonna
I
laugh
want
you out
white
the place.
money. I want red money. I want yellow money. I even want the goddamn aliens money.
There is no segregated money.
No.
Not in the United States.
Okay, so if you say, can a white man say support white businesses only?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what'll happen?
Nothing. They already do support themselves.
No. What'll happen if they said that verbally? If they said that verbally, like y'all say support black business only, what'll happen?
Nothing.
Come on, tell the truth. Shame the devil. Tell the truth.
Not a thing.
Shit, okay. Chicago be on fire. Everywhere be on fire. But anyway, why you? I know you white, Adam. I know you white, Adam. Hey, Marlo, what's your thought on why do black people call each other these names just because people don't agree with them, or try to find a cure for cooning? What the fuck is cooning?
Cooning means lazy.
What is cooning?
Back in slavery days, when you call somebody a coon, they were lazy. They were poor work ethic. They didn't have any value. That had nothing to do with the government.
What is cooning? Because you don't agree with you? Because I don't agree with you? I'm a coon?
It's not, I don't think they're saying it because you don't agree with something that they're stating. I think when they call you this is because you pretty much have left your side of development to go to someone else's side, that you're not supporting what they say your race or your ethnic background, but you're doing more support on someone else's, and you're tearing down your culture or your ethnic background to support another. So that's what a lot of times when
what
they're
if you
saying,
don't have what if you don't have a race? What if
you
your
do
race
have a
is
race.
a human race?
First of all, everyone has ethnic background and they have a race. Now we're all part of a human race. You're shaking your head, Adam, but that's the truth. You can identify as anything that you want to identify with, right? So we all have an ethnic background. We all have a specific bloodline that tears back to different races. So there's a black race and there's a white race, but there's different ethnicities within those two races. And there's also many different cultures within those two races. But there is two races and we all are part of humanity. That is true. We all are part of humanity, but there are two races. It's black and white. And within that black and white race, there's many ethnicities.
Could I
Yeah, go ahead, Sam.
Go ahead, Sam.
When you look at all the countries around this planet, America is the only country that divides, that does not try to use nationalities.
Hey,
they say African American, Indian American, Asian America. Is that true or not, Marlo?
They you know when that started coming up? I'm not an African American. I'm black, but they started using that when the groups started asking them to use that, when the government agencies started asking to use that.
But the question I'm asking, it was a simple, America is the only country that subdivides by your race, your skin, and all that, because that's what brings money. But when you go to France, you got a lot of people in France that came from Jamaica. You know, their genealogy, they're Jamaican. You go around, but when you ask, hold on, when you ask them what are you, they're not going to say I'm Jamaican French. They're going to say I'm French. When you go to Greece, they're going to say I'm French. When you go to South Korea, there's a lot of mixed babies in South Korea due to the military and other travelers. You ask them what their nationality is, they're going to say that I'm South Korean, Japanese. There's a lot of brothers and sisters. They have black samurai.
I'm going to say I'm American if I'm somewhere else.
No, but the thing is, America, when you look at all the documentation, America is the only country that subdivides that has that division among different people. You talk about people say, "Oh, I'm from Nigeria." The last 300 years of your people ain't never been to Nigeria. You've never stepped foot in Nigeria. Your daddy, your granddaddy never been to Nigeria.
And the
So,
Aboriginal,
but that's not what I'm saying. That's
Australia.
not Fitz. That's not the everyday person. That is the census. That is the government doing that. They are identifying
in the media
that on a census. And
well,
okay, Marlo.
I take the word
that's
house.
the government.
I take the word house ninja as a compliment because
I don't want to be no house ninja because actually the field ninjas is the one that helped the slaves, not the house ones. Y'all want to tell the truth.
Us house ninjas saved a lot of slaves' ass.
No, you didn't.
Okay. Lyric.
No, you didn't.
Lyric. Yeah, we did. We told Master, please don't go out there and beat him, Master. Don't go out there and beat him. Save him. Give one more chance. We did that many times. All right.
You asked for extra cornbread.
Hey, Lyric. You remember when they was boycotting Target?
Yeah.
Okay. I went out there, especially because they had some super sales. I was called a Sambo, everything, but I don't give a fat baby ass what you call me because you only are what you answer to. You feel what I'm saying? Could you tune your
sometimes you are what you are.
Yeah, can you?
For real.
What? Would you consider me a Sambo, a house ninja because I went to Target?
I would consider you as fuck it, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but what about you wouldn't take into consideration that I be helping a lot of black people keep their jobs because when y'all boycotting these places that employ all of these black people?
No, because black people are losing their jobs at an alarming rate right now. So you're not saving anybody or anything of that fact. They're going to be fired regardless of whatever if they want to get rid of them. And the proof is that we've lost a lot of jobs. I'm one of them. So yeah.
Yeah, we was discussing that the other day. You was telling me about that. Yeah, you sure?
Yeah.
Did. Yeah. All right. Some questions I can't ask you, Adam, because you're.
I got one.
Ask him because he's shaking his head.
So that's my winner. Okay, check this out. Would you get offended by this? Would anybody get offended by this statement? Will anybody get offended by this statement right here? Y'all listen to this right here.
Okay.
What gets me is all the stuff Trump did to black people. Now, there's no facts of what Trump did to black people and black history and black generals and these N-word people still kissing his ass and supporting him. First of all, how are we kissing his ass just because we like him? I wonder who made that statement.
McKinley E. Bryson?
Yeah, who is that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Me.
Please explain.
That's you, Grave Digger. Why do you keep trying to put McKinley on blast?
No, because that's my winner. I don't use the N-word. That's my winner. But go ahead, Digger. Help me understand that, please, my winner.
To black people, okay.
What? Give me one thing that Trump did to black people.
Small business disruption. Small business disruption.
DEI.
Small business. He just gave you $250,000.
Oh no. He hosted funding for federal small business grants, including those from Minority Business Development Agency, which helped secure nearly $4 billion in contracts for disadvantaged owners in 2023. He stopped that. Oh, I can send it to you.
You said in 2023.
2023?
No, excuse me. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen twice, speak once, please.
You're talking about DEI.
Yeah. I said in early 2025, the administration halted funding for federal small business grants, which was implemented in 2023. That's what I said.
All right, if it was implemented in 2023, that ain't got shit to do with Trump.
Yes, it does.
It still does have something to do with Trump.
Why?
Okay.
2025, Trump cut that program. So please,
Trump, listen to this,
But
y'all.
why?
If Trump
What does
don't
implement
say-
mean?
If Trump jump off of Titanic into the water and save a black baby from a shark,
He would
y'all
never.
will say Trump deprived those sharks.
He
of a
would
meal.
never. That motherfucker would pull the ladder. Are you serious?
He would.
And you would probably
I didn't
jump
see
with
him.
him.
Yeah, and jump in there with him.
Okay, all right. Sam,
Yeah, Fitz would jump in there with him to save Trump.
cannot.
No,
I
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't jumping nowhere.
cannot.
I ain't jumping nowhere. I ain't gonna lie. I love me. Hell no, I'm not jumping nowhere. If your ass dumb enough to fall in that water, your ass is grand. Straight like that.
I
And
hate to jump in here, but Adam been about to bust on something.
Well,
what has Trump done to black people, Digger?
A lot.
Did he go get Nelson Mandela? Did he pay
Jeff-
all the Chester
Jeff-
Jackson
Jeff-
child
Jeff-
support? Did he
showed
put
you.
up
Jeff-
Jennifer Hudson for 3 years? Huh?
What?
Yes.
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 When her family was
Yeah.
murdered.
When
he
her
did.
family was murdered. Yeah.
For two, for at least
Right.
2
I
years.
don't care about
Did he
that.
go get Nelson Mandela?
He fired every black general.
Yes. 5-star general.
They weren't doing their jobs.
No.
What?
This is the thing. No, hold on. This is when we know about the military. Every president that comes into office relieves their generals. Every president in the history of America, when you take office, you put in your own cabinet.
Right.
Is that true or false? The Joint Chief of Staffs, every single president, unless they do like multiple, they're elected multiple times, they select their own chief of staff. Those 5 generals are elected they're appointed by every different president. Every president has fired. Obama fired his, Clinton fired his, Biden fired his, Trump fired the ones prior to him. That's what they do. Y'all acting like it's not a normal occurrence. Everybody does that.
Sam, everybody may have a change in cabinet members. They may have a change in their staff, but they also are getting qualified people into those roles. They're not picking their friends.
Right.
They're not picking people that don't understand the role or the job or
pedophiles.
Or, right.
Okay.
So
They don't appoint pedophiles.
None of the pedophile stuff is proven.
So hold on, Fitz.
Yes, it is.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Sam.
I want to ask Marlo this.
Well, right. I'm not a politician, so go ahead.
I'm not saying that, but you mentioned about hiring your friends.
Yes.
What one person has Trump appointed that you feel is not? No, just one. Don't say everybody. We don't want it to be wide. We want to be specific so we can answer and we can handle and we can talk about this single issue. Name one person in his cabinet that you feel is not qualified.
Lawrence Taylor.
I'm talking to Marlo. So you're talking about? Are you talking about the Secretary of War? Hold on. Are you talking about the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth?
Yes.
Okay. So hold on. So this is when you're appointed as a secretary. The reason why you're appointed as a secretary is to put in the policy for the vision of that president. Pete Hegseth has been to combat. He has 4 combat stripes. He has 2 Bronze Stars, which he was in battle. He then went to Harvard and majored and graduated in organizational management. Then he went to Princeton and he got a degree in public policy. So the thing is, why is he not qualified? He has all of those. He has the certificates. He has the awards. He has war under his belt. Tell me how he's not qualified.
Just because you have most soldiers, if you were in long enough, have been indicted into a war, right?
No.
You have been. Yes, I'm ex-military. I was part of the Gulf War, but that don't mean I could get up there and run the damn country and tell people on strategic management on how to conquer a war or how to run a country, or
he went to the Army War College at Fort Bragg.
Right.
At where?
He's a graduate of the
What'd you
Army
say?
War College, where you learn all of those things. You get a degree in all of those things.
But you have to have, a lot of people have degrees in a whole lot of other
No, this is specific
categories. But if you have not had professional experience within it, does that mean that you should obtain that role? You can have 900 degrees. Believe me, I'm a recruiter. That's what I do. I have people with PhDs in wildlife management that cannot even get a wildlife biologist job because they don't have hands-on experience. You can have all the practical and theory experience in the
Marlo,
world.
But he has both.
What has he done? What single thing? Okay, you said all these.
Like I said, I didn't go back and study all of these.
You said all of the college education he had from Princeton and Harvard, the Army War College, all that stuff don't matter. Let's say it don't matter. Name one action that he has done to reflect that he is not qualified. The 2 missions that he was put in charge of was executed perfect.
Perfect.
No leaks or anything.
Let me see. They leaking it now.
Tell me one thing he's done that would show that he's not worthy of his position.
I'm gonna get back to you on that. Sam, seeing that this is your
he was working on. He was working on a.
Let's use another JFK. You want to use? I mean, Bobby Kennedy. You want to do him?
What's wrong with Bobby?
I know the 15 cabinet members.
I know you do, because that's why y'all like talking about politics. I'm not a political commentator, but if that's what you want to check, since I can grasp on the knowledge pretty quickly, this is going to be my homework moving forward. See, this podcast likes to talk about political
I can tell you
advantages.
right
That's
now.
what I'm doing. I'm very keen, and I have a very great memory. So by next
go ahead,
I'm gonna spew it out to you, Sam, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay.
Hold on one second. Lyric. The thing that you sent me, the article that you sent me to rebut when I asked you, what has Trump done to black people?
I didn't see your article. I sent you a whole. I sent you a whole
article.
It's a lot though on that.
And guess where it came from? It came from AI civil rights activists.
And one says House of Representatives.
Of course, they're going to say that.
The House.
That's all it is. It says that Donald Trump's actions and policies have been analyzed by civil rights organizations and policy experts as having various negative impacts. That's their job. If they didn't say that, they wouldn't be activists.
What about COVID-19? How you think his administrators reacted to
drinking
that?
bleach?
Okay.
How do you think his administration handled COVID-19?
Me?
Hundreds of thousands of people being put into U-Haul trucks when they were passing way up in New York and Connecticut.
Are you talking about what the governors did?
Oh, the governors.
The governors, that fell on
The reason why those governors.
Where were they supposed to put all of those bodies?
Are you talking about when the governor
they
of New
didn't
York
even have
said,
preparation for it, didn't even know what was going on? No
are
one
you
knew
speaking about when the governor
How
of
did
New York
Trump-
got a
what
Pulitzer
Trump
He
could have done
got a
to
Pulitzer
prevent-
Prize.
Hold on, one at a time.
What
The
could Trump
governor
have
of
done?
New York.
That was my question.
No, the
No,
governor
one at a
of New
time.
York. If you got COVID-19, he was sending, his directions was to send people to the nursing homes. That's the reason
now
why
that's
he
a
will
whole
never
nother
be
topic.
elected
That's a whole
in
nother
political
topic.
office.
We got we got 3 more topics that we need to cover because that's what's on the cover of the thing. Now we're gonna go to something that's more pertinent, okay?
Okay.
And we're gonna talk about this situation about this
girl
who was paid to protest and to intervene with ICE's job, okay? And now, of course, the first person who I love so dearly is that it? No, that's not it. Let's go back. Let's go to where of course us coons and
I
us
think it
house
would, yeah.
hands and us Sambos, we telling lies and we're
I want to
drinking
make one
Kool-Aid.
comment on that.
We're
Guys.
drinking the Kool-Aid, okay? All right. Here you go. This is coming from one of my besties, McKinley E. Bryson. See the lies, but y'all still drinking the Kool-Aid. Kamala Harris posted them. Why do y'all hate Trump so much? Them said, somebody asked Kamala Harris, why do y'all hate Trump so much? She said, because the woman viciously ran over the ICE officer. He is now recovering in the hospital. Okay? Now we're going to dissect this. All right? Now this is Kamala Harris's page. Okay? Now, Sawyer, let's go to the factual part of why her ass got ran over. All right?
What? Why? Who got ran over?
That young lady who tried to run over the ICE officer.
The ICE officer was a male, wasn't it?
The ICE officer was a male, but the female tried to run his ass over, and now she fucked around and found out. All right, here we go. Pull up Keith Whitler's. So you pull up Keith Whitler, and I'll pull up the diagram of the trajectory of the bullet. All right, blow that up, Sawyer. Okay, see, now this is what they tried to hide from everybody. Of course, nobody wins when you interfere with law enforcement doing a legal act. This woman made a fatal mistake, a fatal intentional decision that cost her her life. Do not intervene with police while doing their job. Okay, now, if you look at that, you see two officers to the left. Now, you don't see the officer that's right in front of that vehicle. The trajectory of that bullet was direct through the windshield, and it would be impossible for that blood splatter, like Sam was saying, to be the way the pattern would be the way it was if he didn't have a direct shot in front of that vehicle. Okay? But everybody's saying, she didn't try to hit him. Okay? Let's go to the next one, Sawyer. Let's go to the actual video. And we're going to freeze frame it one by one. All right? Here we go. The next one is by Adele Laverne. And this is the second angle that they finally released. Let's put it this way. If I was coming at you with my vehicle, which is a deadly force, and I was trying to hit you, would you shoot me? All right.
You can hear it.
They asking her to get out the car.
No! Shame! Shame! Oh my fucking god! What the fuck? What the fuck? You just fucking, what the fuck did...
Grave digger, if somebody coming at you and you're a sharpshooter and a marksman.
Yep.
If somebody coming at you in a vehicle and you ain't got time to get out of the way, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Well, if you ain't got time to shoot, you ain't got time to throw your weapon.
You got time to jump out the way.
Hold on, I asked Digger.
That's right. Who is former law enforcement? If you ain't got time to get out the way, you ain't got time to shoot. And you ain't gonna, if you do have time to shoot, you ain't gonna shoot nobody that's driving a car, because if you shoot them, the car's still gonna hit you anyway. The first thing you're gonna do is try to get out. Are you gonna
try to protect yourself, Digger?
From what?
Yeah, by getting out the way. I'm only going through this because I've been through 2 police academies, okay, and I graduated both. First thing you're taught is to get out of the way. Because if you kill somebody in the car is still gonna hit you. So get out of the way. If by jumping on the hood or anything, but you're not gonna shoot a person.
So all of these law enforcement officers over all these past years that have shot at a vehicle coming at them, all that was wrong.
All of them.
All is that what you're saying, Gravedigger? Because
The
people
man
use
told you
their
you're training.
vehicles.
What?
People use their vehicles as weapons all the time. So you telling
We know
me
that. We know that, Sam. They asked me what I would do. Sam, you have never been to a police academy. I have. I've graduated too. Sheriff Department and city.
Don't talk
You
about
are
what you
taught
don't
to
know.
get out the way. Now, anybody
All right,
can use a
so
vehicle
Greg-
for a target.
so
Anybody
Greg
can use a
Digger.
vehicle for a weapon.
Greg Digger, you
Don't
telling
talk about
me
what you don't know.
Greg Digger, you telling me that law enforcement needs to willingly
Oh,
step out of
I
the
don't
way?
know. You want to see my awards on the wall, Sam? You want to
No,
see my
we
diploma for
believe you.
academy?
We believe you. We believe
I mean,
you.
I'm not as
I
smart
already
as
know.
you.
No,
we
you're
already
saying
know.
you're trying to say what you know about me, and I'm
Okay.
saying don't speak on what you don't know.
Hey,
And I know what to do.
hey, Digger, check this out. Are you telling
In a
me
crisis situation.
are you telling me that paid law enforcement agents need to willingly step out of the way
You keep saying
of a
paper.
paid deterrent criminal and let them get away? Is that what you're telling me?
That's not what he's saying.
I'm asking them. You froze, Digger.
Great.
It's doing it again, Digger. It froze again, Digger.
Okay, I did, but I'm not now.
Okay. All right. The question is.
Okay, it's
the
8
question is.
other agents around the car. It's 8 other agents around the car. How's she gonna get away? You didn't have to shoot her.
I didn't see nobody down the line.
Drive through.
Down the line.
They
I didn't
showed
see
you
no-
how many ICE agents. The dude that pulled up in the gray truck. They already had 2 trucks on the other side of them. I'm just going by, since Sam said, if you got 1,000 certificates, that means you smart. And like the lady said, if you ain't actually done it, them little certificates that Headspack got don't mean shit. Until you went and stepped in my shoes, don't tell me. That's right. Don't tell me.
And look in the mirror and you don't tell me. Period. You haven't been in my shoes.
Now, I might not
practice what you preach.
Quite near smart as any of y'all, but
Okay,
I have
but Digger,
actually
you
done
just
stuff.
that's hypocritical as fuck, Greg Digger, because
Exactly.
you just said that what Hedgepath credentials don't mean shit.
And then he pointed to his.
And then he pointed to
his
yours.
wall. Is that not being
No, that's not what he got.
That's ass.
No,
That's
not
I
the same thing.
graduated from 2 police academies. A lot of people.
That's not what he said. Y'all
A lot of people
misconstrued
graduate
it.
law
That's what
school
they do.
and don't become an attorney because they can't pass the bar.
Right. They can't become an attorney if they haven't passed the bar. What are you talking about? They
I
can be
know
a
that,
clerk.
but you still can be a lawyer. There's a difference
Okay, I
between
gotta-
a lawyer
I
and an
gotta,
attorney. An
I
attorney
gotta-
has
I gotta
passed the
say
bar.
something.
A lawyer
I gotta say
hasn't.
something.
That's why the lawyer has to work under an attorney.
I gotta say something to the viewers. Hey, viewers, we see you looking. Feel free to comment, share, definitely subscribe, and
It's right here.
And also, you're more than welcome to come in. We got room for 2 more if you want to join the show. All right. So the bottom line is, okay, the woman was paid to be a deterrent. Okay, she knew the risk. All right, and she died for nothing.
She was a leader.
She was the
wasn't
leader.
just a part of it.
Right.
She was the leader. Her brother-in-law even said that. He was like, it's her fault. She should have been at home with her kids chilling, but out there on the street, not thinking about her kids. Her wife, one of the views, her wife was videoing. Why do you think they cut the video? They don't show you before where she's impeding federal officers. We just have a judge in Minnesota that just lost her license. She just got convicted, felony charges, because she interfered with ICE. That's a felony, a federal felony. That's what she was doing. Her brother-in-law even called it out.
Yeah, I seen that post.
If the family calling it out, y'all
Yeah.
up there advocating for someone where her own family is calling her out for not thinking about her own kids. How does that sound?
She put her life in danger.
Her own
She put her
family
life
is
in danger.
admitting she was wrong.
She
Like-
fucked around and found out.
Well,
Bottom line.
The only reason why I can't comment and say what's right or what's wrong, because I don't have the full scope of the picture, which most people do not. And there's other ways besides excessive force, which Gravedigger is saying as a law enforcement official, than to shoot someone. Get out of the way if you have to chase her down, or even if you were in your truck and she decided to take off, you could have knocked her into the snowbank with your vehicle without creating a casualty. There's a lot of different ways to have handled that situation, and shooting someone in the head. I'm not saying the officer's wrong. I'm not saying she's right. I don't have the full scope of the story.
Okay,
but
hold
there's
on.
other ways to stop someone in a vehicle when you have several vehicles around it. They could have barricaded her.
Something just almost went over. Something just almost went over my head. Did you say she had a wife?
Yeah.
Oh well, she hated Trump. She hated Trump with a passion.
The thing is,
wait till we get to the next. Wait till we get to the next.
But the
topic.
thing is, all the photos that they're showing of her aren't how she looked now. She got dyed hair. She got a crop. They're showing pictures from like 5-10 years ago.
Yeah, that's what they always do. That's for anybody.
A semi-beautiful, a womanly girl.
Look,
the whole thing is we're just saying if it's excessive force or not. That's what this whole thing is about. Well, I don't care what she looked like, if she was LGBT.
That doesn't matter. You're right. But this is the thing. Fitz, can Sawyer pull up the photo of the windshield that I?
Yeah. That's
okay.
Oh, what front shot?
The trajectory.
So this is the thing. I'm not sure if he can zoom into it, but it's the other one. But the one thing, anybody that knows anything about firearms, a bullet hole looks a certain way when it comes straight, and it looks a completely different way when it's at an angle. The way that they tell is from an angle is it'll have a teardrop in the direction that round came from.
Exactly.
When you look at this, is the very first round that was fired at her. It's a perfect circle. The crown around that round is even on all the sides. That means that was a direct shot. That wasn't the two following shots that was from the side. She was coming directly at him at that first shot. Soon as she got tagged by this shot here is when she began to turn her steering wheel.
Go ahead and pull it up, Sawyer. The one with the airbag and the blood splatter.
Hey,
y'all so stressful.
Okay.
Sawyer, you're good. You're like a forensic scientist as well.
He wrote the manual. He wrote one of the manuals for it. Okay. He said we forgot to put that in the group, Sam.
Which in the group?
The one with the airbag and the blood splatter being a perfect circle.
Well, after I want everyone to see the video that the wife posted.
Okay.
And that video right there, you clearly see that officer get hit. He basically rolls over the front, but it happened so fast. So we all know how Hollywood can be. Different angles. Tom Cruise is like 5'6", 5'7". So he has all the camera angles to make him look taller than what he is.
Yeah.
Every time he makes a scene, he has to be running because he wants to be athletic looking. So we have to be mindful when we look at things. Everybody wants to respond as soon as it happens without doing any research. Right. The thing is, if we wait for all facts to go in instead of gaslighting and all this stuff, then we probably would be more truthful. The studying that I do is strictly waiting and looking at the bullet hole, how it looks. I did think it was excessive at first when I saw her turn and then he fired in the side window. But then when I saw the other angle that the first shot came where she was coming right at him, I'm like, okay, it's a different narrative right there. When you're surrounded by officers all on all sides of you, and you're peeling out to try to get away because you've been following them all day, you've been posting online where they're located all day, and you've been blocking the road all day. Now they finally going to say, okay, now we're charging you with a felony with impeding federal officers.
Done.
Had she not done any of that impeding all day, guess what? She would be at home with her 3 kids. Period.
Or if they didn't shoot you, they would have just detained her, right?
Well, we all wake up and make decisions that determine our life.
Right. If she wasn't breaking, if she wasn't breaking the law,
I understand.
if she wasn't breaking the law,
this is
still be alive today.
This is her made up diary. You know, nobody wakes up thinking this. Let me drive across town where the police action is going on to see if I can put myself in the middle of it and help out those fugitives that they trying to arrest. Who woke up this morning thinking that? That's what she woke up thinking. That's what her brother-in-law is talking about.
Can I have 1 second? I'm so glad my forefathers, my grandparents didn't stay at home and watch the kids instead of marching to get me my civil rights. I'm so glad.
But this isn't about civil rights. This is about impeding federal investigation.
No, he ain't talking about civil rights. I ain't said that. Listen to what I'm saying. He's saying if she'd have been at home. I'm saying if my folks had stayed at home, my ass still be a slave.
But they were fighting for civil rights. She wasn't fighting for civil rights. She's fighting for
humanity. Wasn't that what we were talking about earlier?
She was fighting. Right. She was fighting to impede criminals from being arrested.
Exactly.
Big difference.
She probably was interfering with police.
No, she wasn't.
No.
Witnesses said it. Her brother-in-law said it. But Gravedigger, you gonna override her own family, her own wife, all the witness that was actually there on the ground, boots on the ground. Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, she got a Chinese name now. One gone. All right.
Okay, I'm not gonna laugh at that.
All right. Anyway, let's move it right along. Let's go to the Rico the music. Trump. Let's go to what Trump just signed into power.
We should call this Trump Winners podcast.
Yeah.
No,
because
why? We
Trump
giving
balls is all over
why should we call it that? Why should we call it that when we give every
Trump
guest
can't do no wrong compared to
we
you.
giving every guest. We giving every guest.
But it comes back. It begins. It ends.
But it always comes back to
we give every guest an opportunity.
Every time you turn the corner.
We give every guest an opportunity to factually rebut.
Fitz, we're not political commentators. We have some knowledge of things, but we can't sit up here and rebut or refute something that you bring up right here, right now on the podcast. So
that's why we have the discussion group. So you can.
Was this on the discussion group? This last one that he just
everything
today.
It's been in there for a whole week. 5 days.
A whole week.
For 5 days. It's been in there for 5 days.
That's been there. Can I have a sheet for next week when it goes?
We start discussing 5 days ahead of time. Okay, let's read this. In his inaugural address on January 20th, President Donald Trump announced that the federal government will officially recognize only 2 genders, male and female.
We know that.
He said the administration would end policies aimed at what he described as socially engineering race and gender into public and private life, signaling a significant shift in how gender identity is addressed at the federal level. Okay. The announcement has sparked intense national debate. Supporters argue the move reinforces traditional definitions and limits government involvement in cultural issues, while critics warn it could have far-reaching consequences for transgender and non-binary individuals, particularly in areas like healthcare, education, and workplace protections. As reactions continue, the decision has reignited broader conversations about identity, inclusion, and the role of the government in shaping social policies in the United States. Trump says America will officially be recognized only male and female. How do y'all feel about that?
Lyric?
I mean, that's just common sense that it's only two genders. It's male or female. You're either or.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's just common sense. And I support the LGBT community, but at the same time, I'm going to respect who you are as a person and your choices and your beliefs. That's on you, because I don't have to be in the bed with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to call you
They.
a woman if you were born a man.
Right.
I'm not gonna, because if I do that, that means that I'm feeding into your mental illness and making it mine.
Right. Right.
So
Right,
while
that's true.
I respect everybody's choices, whatever, I can rock with you. We cool, but don't put me in that.
Yeah, you know what? The biggest thing that I hate about it is they say that it don't affect anybody else but them. That's not true. Your grandchildren, my grandchildren, my 4-year-old daughter, gonna have to do DNA tests every time just to go on a date. That's deep shit. And the resources used on their fixing, spaying, or whatever, neutering, or whatever they snipping and tucking and all that stuff is getting ate up through healthcare. They can, the giggler, let me hear the giggler. I ain't heard her in a while. Okay. So you're missing a beat. Anyway, the giggler tried to have people in prison to get free sex changes. But me and you can't get this keloid off our ear without paying for it. Or any kind of surgery, plastic cosmetic surgery that we need. Come on, man, get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language. No, don't excuse my language. All right. So, does anyone...
I agree with you on that, Fitz.
Yeah, and I think it's not, that's their business. Keep that shit over there. And then they want to push it in your face, but when we speak on it, all of a sudden we judging. Ain't nobody judging. We speaking on it. And the people talking, oh, you got to be careful what you say. You're going to lose your following. Yeah. Man, there's more straight people than there are gay. It's just that the gay so damn loud, it seems like it's a shitload of them.
I ain't going to say that.
There is. Anyway, okay.
I ain't going to say that.
Oh, and then he's not done. He's like, why should there be a Pride Month? And there's no Veterans Month, but there's a Pride Month. The veterans get 1 day, and the gays get a whole month. Let's read that. Transgender people concerned after Trump cuts funding for their health research. Hold on, it went away. That shit ticks me off, man.
That was well said, Lyric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very well.
I can only say how I feel it. Like, it is what it is.
By a raise of hands, who would support Veterans Month versus Veterans Day?
I'm a veteran.
All right. Who would support
for a month?
Yeah.
I support veterans every day.
Who would be in support of not praising homosexuality for a whole entire month and calling it Pride?
Oh, okay.
Who would support?
Well, you don't have to celebrate someone else's.
No, hold on. Now, listen. Pride Month, they celebrate the whole month of homosexuality. Who would support the veterans for a whole month?
I will. Yeah.
Right, okay.
I get behind that.
All right.
Oh, veterans, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, veterans.
Okay. And then, what's the other bottom part of it? Another thing. I've been thinking about this, and I think I've mentioned it before. A lot of them even claim to be Christians, which means Christ-like. Christ wasn't gay that I know of, So, how the fuck you a Christian?
Right. You can't be Christian American and support LGBT.
All right. The word Christian means Christ-like.
The same way you can be a pedophile in the White House and talk about you a Christian.
Right.
You know
No,
what? You know
that's
what?
Hold on.
That's right.
Hold on.
Zionism.
Oh yeah, this is it.
Where-
This is the opportunity.
There is no proof of him being a pedophile. Not a single piece of proof evidence.
Hold on. Could I
But
say
y'all
one
won't
thing
go
on
to
that?
him not being.
Who are we
Look,
talking about? Trump being a pedophile?
Yeah.
I don't think he's a pedophile. He's a
So,
womanizer.
hold on. This
He's a
is the
womanizer.
thing. This is the thing about that, right? We all talk about innocent until proven guilty, all those things, but we all know that sometimes we're guilty until proven innocent.
Right.
Now, Gravedigger can say what he says, Lyric can say what she says about the pedo stuff, but the facts are the facts. There's a reason why every news network and the BBC is, I think there's this $5 billion Trump suing them for. He got paid from CBS, ABC, and MSNBC for them saying that. If Sawyer can play the clip on example of what all of them are having to do right now.
If you are one of the people like him who took advantage of young girls with Jeffrey Epstein, then we're going to sort of make that go away. I mean, fundamentally, Speaker Johnson...
We don't have evidence that he took advantage of young girls with Jeffrey Epstein.
Right. Just common sense be damned.
I'm not saying common sense be damned. I'm saying facts. Let's look at the facts. Is he in the Epstein files?
He's obviously in the Epstein files, and the reason that fundamentally Speaker Johnson has us on vacation is because he does not want to seat the newly elected Democratic representative.
Right, but you said
from
he
Arizona.
took advantage of young girls. You have absolutely no evidence of that.
I think it's pretty obvious that that's what's
You
going on.
think it's pretty
here.
obvious?
I do. And I think it's pretty obvious to the Republican.
John
to the
Lemire,
Republican
any
Party.
reporting on this?
Well, we know that he's friends with Epstein. We know the birthday card was in there. I mean, he has not been accused of any wrongdoing. I mean, I think that's the point you're trying to make. But also, certainly here, that we know that Speaker Johnson has kept the House out of session, in large part to not seat the woman, the Congresswoman-elect from Arizona, who would provide the decisive votes to release more material. So, yeah, certainly that would be, any association with further embarrassment for Trump.
And
But we don't know
also the book that Virginia Giuffre wrote said she never saw him around there. And I'm not doing his bidding. I'm just saying there's enough things to talk about Donald Trump without talking.
Without telling lies.
So
Okay,
when it
the
comes-
manager, the personal assistant, and Epstein's lawyer said Trump did nothing wrong. There are many Democrats that we suspect did things wrong, but we don't know. So you don't hear us accusing them.
We know
don't
Jeffrey.
know.
But Fitz, we know exactly what Jeffrey Epstein's attorney said, because remember, since Epstein has passed away, there's no longer attorney-client privilege. He came out when asked. He said he asked Jeffrey Epstein, "Look, this cat is the president. You got anything on him that we can use to reduce your time for us to do a plea or something, because you're dead to rights." He said Jeffrey Epstein said there's zero. I don't have nothing on him. I tried to get him hemmed up, but he never bit. The dog never barked. That was Jeffrey Epstein's attorney that we can look online. Jeffrey Epstein, they release emails. And we also know, because on this podcast, we have shown the Epstein files release. Everybody talking about release of files. They've been, but nobody has read any of them. I've gone through them and we showed them on here. They said, okay, they're redacted. Well, guess what's not redacted at all? The flight manifest.
Right.
Trump, I pointed out Trump is on there 7 times with his wife, all 7 times with his wife and his daughter.
So,
and guess why he was on that plane? What happened that same year that he was on those files? Right. It just happened to be the same year that Nelson Mandela was released, and Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson left him out to dry. So Trump let Nelson Mandela and his 88 staff members fly around the country for free in his jet, so he could bring apartheid and racial awareness. That's why he was only flying from New York to Mar-a-Lago.
No, Trump a racist, remember? Trump a racist.
No, but I'm just saying, Trump has never said those things like that, but when your attorney says, look, I need you to give me all the spill. The young lady, Virginia, had wrote a book saying she about near lived on the island. She never saw him on there. This is the thing. We need to look at facts. Let's not just be a soundboard. If he's in the manifest going to Epstein Island, okay, it's something funny about that. Obama was there. Bill Gates was there. Bill Gates' wife literally said that's why she divorced him, because he wouldn't stop going to it. So why not nobody going after Bill Gates? Why not everybody going? Everybody's going after that who just wanted to do whatever he's doing in his mind to make things better in this country. Whether we agree with it or not.
They want to use the pictures of him with Epstein to say, oh, he's in cahoots. But they don't want to use the pictures of Trump and all the black people that he's been with when Oprah was kissing his ass to say that he's not a racist. It's just, the hatred for Trump, I have never seen.
He was hanging with black people in 90s and the early
in the 90s forever.
He's always done it.
Forever. And look,
that's
just
all
like
that
this.
was, is to support
like
his
this.
business to gain revenue. They're not his friends.
It don't matter. It don't matter. He hung out with him. All right.
He was in movies.
He was in movies.
Look what he did for Oprah Winfrey.
Look what he did for look what he did for
hold
the
on.
whole
Who was
tribe
Oprah Winfrey's first guest?
Look what he did for the whole tribe of Lumbee Indians.
When Oprah Winfrey started her
he
show,
made Oprah Winfrey.
Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. Who was her very first guest?
You want to say Trump?
Who provided the financing for her to produce her own? She didn't have no money. She was just a regular news reporter.
Newscaster.
Trump funded that.
Right.
Guess who was on her very last show in honor? Trump.
Yep. Right.
The thing is, when she wrote him letters thanking him, when she interviewed him, when he was on Phil Donahue, he said, if I run for president, they asked who would be your vice president. Without hesitation, he said Oprah. And then when he heard Jennifer Hudson's story, and then he heard why she was so broke after her family was murdered, he put her up in Trump Tower, but he also passed the Music Modernization Act because American Idol shammed her on the contract and she was basically broke. So he passed that. And as soon as he passed that, now you see all these artists, indie artists, everybody can get on Apple Music. Everybody can get on Spotify now. Everybody. Before he passed that Music Modernization Act, I think it was like 2017, it was limited. He opened that up because of what Jennifer Hudson told him her story. He didn't benefit from that. He's not invested in the music industry like that. The only entertainment industry he was done was the casinos that didn't do well, and he was an advocate for Mike Tyson. He called it from the jump that Tyson was innocent. And nobody believed him until that girl came out and said she lied. And she got no repercussions from that. He spent all that time in prison and she got nothing of it. It's almost like the lady that said Emmett Till whistled at her. She came out, admitted that was a lie. And she was here in Raleigh. How come nobody was going after her? How come the black community wasn't marching in front of her for her to be charged with that?
How come?
That's all I'm saying. We got to stop focusing so much on these politicians and start focusing on our community.
Yeah, how come they not protesting the new KKK? Kings killing kings. That's what we need to be worried about. These gangs. They don't protest that. They don't protest that. I mean,
how come they not protesting Gavin Newsom?
Digger, you done took many pictures with a lot of PDFs and we not know it. I took pictures with Tank. That don't mean I'm gonna suck a dick twice and not be gay.
I just have one fact check.
Go ahead.
I don't know about the funding of the first Oprah Winfrey show, but As far as Trump being on her last show ending out, that is not true.
Who was the
on
guest?
CNN, former President Trump told 2 fictional stories about Oprah Winfrey on Saturday. Right? So her show ended on May 25th of 2011. Trump and his family appeared in the episode that aired on February 7th, 2011. He was not invited to the full week of celebration that Oprah was doing. And of course, she is a journalist, so she's going to put anybody that's hot, not hot, controversial, not controversial on that show. That's what keeps shows going. That keeps the lights on. But he did not close the show out, and he was not part of her celebration week of ending the show. That airing was 3 months prior to her sign off. And I'll do some more fact check and see if he funded that first show or gave her money. Trump boasts a lot. We can't believe everything Trump says.
And you're exactly right. Everything is like nobody's ever seen. Everything. I understand that part. The thing is, where he was an advocate supporter, he was the first person to actually endorse Jesse Jackson. He actually allowed Jesse Jackson his whole thing to stay rent free. And Jesse Jackson, we played the post.
Jesse's a fucking plant.
Jesse Jackson.
I met Jesse in water.
He marched in Selma. He marched with King. So he
and the whole time
he's a plant. Okay.
Oh, it says that he was. It says he was on her last show along with Tom.
No,
Hanks,
he was not. I'm
Tom
on
Hanks,
CNN.
Will Smith, Madonna, Jerry Seinfeld, Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin, Alicia Keys, Beyonce, Jamie Foxx, and Michael Jordan.
CNN.
Hold on. Let's go to Oprah Winfrey's her shows, that info, because we also know, Marlo, you can agree.
Winfrey show on CNN Politics. Is CNN Politics legitimate or not?
No.
CNN is not legitimate.
No,
CNN Politics.
You gotta go to Ground News. You gotta go
CNN.
to all sides.
Well, this is CNN.com, so I guess CNN need to close their shows down.
Oh yeah, they known for that. You gotta go.
They did fire Don
You gotta
Lemon.
go to bipartisan. You gotta go to a bipartisan. You gotta go to a bipartisan.
Fire Don Lemon.
I'm not going to a black thing. This CNN.
I said bipartisan.
News site.
I said you gotta go to allsides.com.
CNN.
You have to go to Ground News. You have to go
CNN.
to people that's not network that's not partisan. All right. Okay. With all that being said, I think our last and final topic is Israel.
Israel?
Is Israel dictating our foreign policy? That's very pertinent right now. And we're going to pull that up, Sawyer. Can somebody read that? Can somebody read that, please?
What?
Israel has vetoed America's sales of F-35 jets to Turkey. Yes, Israel vetoed an American military sale. Turkey is a NATO member.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep right there.
That's deep.
And it also says that Israel is now making America's foreign policy decisions right out in the open. That's kind of brazenly bold.
But I think it's a very big step to say that we're now being able to see it where it's been done since the early 50s in privacy.
How is that going to affect America, Adam?
Well, I mean, it's really through lobbying. And when you lobby, it gives you an unfair advantage in the business. So whenever I'm able to lobby to the people which I'm trying to directly make sales to, it makes you have an unfair bias against Americans. And when you're also able to lobby politicians, you're also able to find favoritism for the favoritism of Israel and not for the favoritism of America. And JFK tried to fight that and was trying to get them to sign up for FAR, which was an amended and narrow to basically emphasize agencies actually working with foreign powers who sought economic or political advantage and influences of government making decisions. And I think that's a very fair point to show how that has gone from a big no-no Like back whenever JFK first came out with this whole problem with Israel was saying, I'm done with the nukes. But then they were finding nuclear uranium in Gaza and they were blowing up nukes in the sea. So, I mean, they were obviously violating laws. They were obviously funding lobbying in America for not only just politicians, which some people like to just focus on in particularly, but also for foreign governments. I mean, and also for American governments, such as like the FDA, to get drugs or their business poisons approved to feed Americans, which help feed their medical pharmacies, which they own, in order to be able to keep the cycle going of funding and money at the sacrifice of Americans' cost and taxpayers, which is a big reason why we send billions to Israel today to keep them alive.
You know what? Hey, Digger, which one is stronger, the F-22 or the F-35? Which one is the best one?
35.
The F-35? I thought that the F-35 couldn't hang with the F-22.
Well, the F-22 is a little bit faster, but
I thought they reigned the air supremacy.
It is. The F-35 is only a threat to Israel. It's not a threat to America. We knock them down all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says that the F-35 is ground.
I don't think we ever give any weapons to any other country that's superior to our own or even equal.
Exactly.
You know, when the military got the M16A2, they sold the M16A1s. You know, like they're never going to give another country anything better than what the U.S. has. It's always going to be they're either going to restrict it, put a governor on the motor, you know, the engine. They're never going to give anything that's going to beat what we have.
So do you think that, Digger, do you think that Israel is purposely interfering even after all of the help we giving them?
Yeah.
I mean, what would be the reason for that?
Ain't nobody paying attention to them there.
Right. Mm-hmm. What do you think? What do you think their motive is, Sam?
To me, it's all about money and influence. It's money and influence.
But to me, like, if we just start from the basics of what Zionist is as a definition, it's a person who believes in development and protection of the Jewish nation, which is now known as Israel. So anything that has to do with Israel or Zionism is only to support Israel and has absolutely nothing to do with Americans. So the fact that we're shoved down our throat, anti-Zionism, absolutely, we're Christians. We're Christian Americans. That's all we care about is Christ, Lord is King, and that we are American. Anything else other than that is just a ruse. And, you know, they implement things such as like race or DEI in order to confuse people. But if you go down to law, whenever you say black, it means non-value. So to refer yourself as black, that means you are accepting that you have no value. Whenever you go down to law, you go into tribes or religions, which is basically I am a Moor, I am a Native American. When you start doing that, then you remove yourself from the public into the private, which you secure yourself with the trust. Without knowledge, you continue to say, oh, we're black, oh, we're oppressed. But if you actually get out of the system, you wouldn't call nobody coon, you wouldn't call nobody the house N-word, because all that means you have favoritism towards the system. If you're supporting the system, fighting the system, with the system, you're the system. It's ridiculous. Get yourself in the private, get yourself a trust, get everybody in your family life insurance, and watch how the deaths stop all automatically. Nobody can afford to pay every black man that's killed every year. If there was an insurance policy paid on every single life, it would stop. It would completely tank the economy. It's just the knowledge and base of thought process and understanding law and contract law will decide that whether that power is of control or of relativity. I mean, to say I'm black American is to say that I'm a nothing American. I mean, you see it as, oh, it's the color of my skin. Well, then Haitians are black. Anybody of dark skin is black. You lose all value of your real basis of your bloodline and where you truly came from and what your rightful ownership is of. When you make it vague, it has no value.
So white people have no value either, because
absolutely we have no value. White, black, brown.
It's still two races, white and black. Whether you identify with a tribe or you
Yes.
go down to indigenous background, we know we're from an indigenous species.
But under
We
law, it
understand
does
that.
not matter. That's
Right.
the problem.
Yeah. But
Right,
I'm not
this is
saying
like-
I'm less value because I'm a black female. No,
By
I'm
law,
not.
you are. But by law, you are. Not personally. I don't feel you
No,
are. Like
I'm not.
just so people get context. I'm from foster care.
whose
I had a black
law?
mother, 4 black brothers. I grew up in an all-black community. I know what the smell of hair and burn grease smell like in the morning. I know what's playing Kim blasting first thing in the morning, cooking in the kitchen. I mean, that's what I grew up on. So I feel like I can speak on it because I've had the culture experiences from a young age up to see. And I also see the black gentlemen who have created trust and family wealth and generational recognition that the government or no black law or oppression can touch them because they no longer play their game. They can play.
And you can't use that race card. You can't use the race. You can't play that same race card and expect to win. Talk about the white man, this, the white man. That
I ain't never did that.
I hate that.
See, that's the uneducated and the very small few, but most black people have worked and have accomplished so many things. And even if because I came from the hood. So in order for me to excel out of the hood, I had to change my environment, and I made sure I changed my environment to educate my children so they're not in that environment. Not that we don't go back and forget our roots, because I will never forget that. But I also want them to be prominent people in society, and they are.
Right, but you can't be a prominent figure in society if you still maintain your occupation in the public. You are still under the system and under control. Until
everybody, I mean, mostly everybody is.
As a Christian American, that's what you have to do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what everybody is. I mean, it's unless you're going to be 6 feet under. I mean,
right. So, but if we can get away from black, white, brown, and we can get into Native American, National American, or wherever your nationality is from,
Native Americans.
But law is based on tribes, and
I'm
until
sorry.
you confirm yourself as a tribe,
Everything you just said was racist.
Right.
It's law. What's racist about law?
No, what law? What law?
Yeah.
United States,
That's
American
in
law.
your head.
So
You come talking to me about some Zion.
there is no head.
Don't ever tell me I'm not black. Do not
Right.
ever
You're not.
tell me I'm
Yes,
not a
I
black
am.
man. You just
No.
told me I wasn't.
I'm not a white
Why
man.
hold on.
To
Why
you, I'm
is
not.
it so? Why is it so important?
We on Lost Lyric because this
Why-
all of this
Why
tribal
why
crap.
is it so
Yeah,
important?
let me lose me when he
Why
gonna sit
is
up and tell me I'm not a black man.
Why is it so important to label yourself by color?
I'm not labeling myself.
That's not our first. That's not our first identification, Fitz. We go by our name. Our God-given name was given, Marlo Gibson. That's when somebody asks who I am. My name is Marlo. That's it.
But
I don't
what
say I'm
community does
Marlo
Marlo
Black
belong to?
Gibson or Black Marlo Gibson. I just say I'm Marlo. Now you can identify me by looking at me when you come up to me.
That's racist.
No, it's not. It's part of.
Refer to yourself as black is racist.
That's not racist.
I think Sam spoke on that earlier
I
when he
would
was speaking about
describe
where you came
you
from.
as I would describe you as a beautiful woman.
Exactly.
Most people do.
Not a beautiful. That's
love it.
demeaning. That's
Yes,
demeaning.
demeaning.
If somebody
Yes.
say, "Oh, that's a handsome, fine ass black man," that's demeaning to me.
It may be
Why I
demeaning
can't
to
be-
you.
Why I can't be a handsome, fine ass man?
Right.
Yeah, most people, a lot of people. Now, I will say that I have walked away from, and it be my own people that say, "Oh, you are cute to be chocolate, or you pretty to
Right.
be dark skin."
Yeah, that's
Then
an
I don't
insult.
have, then I stop the conversation there because I don't know what that means. So you don't need
Yeah.
to talk to me. But
Mhm.
that's, and I don't get that from another race. I get that from my own race.
Yeah, bingo. I tell you, some of us are the biggest racists. Some black people are the biggest
Colorism is
racists.
called.
This
I
has
know I
been
am.
a great conversation. Anybody got a burning desire they want to say something about?
Yeah, Blue, speak
Samuel?
on that last topic where you just passed that.
With Samuel, Lyric.
Which
Anybody
one
have
was
a
it?
burning desire?
The one about them blocking the companies from buying out America and switching
Oh,
over.
Yeah, Trump, the committee just met today for urban development, and basically they're going to put a ban that corporations can no longer buy single family homes. And he's actually he spoke on it tonight, they're actually trying to work with the attorney general and some other people to kind of like force BlackRock, who owns 4,000 homes in North Carolina.
Yeah.
They're going to force them to sell them. They have to be put on, those homes are going to have to be put on the market.
Good.
That's why BlackRock stock is tanking right now. That's one of the things I think that's definitely going to help because the price of living has gone up because of the corporate takeover of the rental market. You know, that's why all these rents are exploding. So I think that was definitely good to be done. And the last thing was the defense companies will no longer be able to offer stock buybacks. So basically what we spoke about earlier about Marjorie Taylor Greene, who came in worth a couple $1 million from a construction company, and now her net worth is $300 million because she just retired on the 5th. So she would be guaranteed to get her congressional pension, but also she knows that this year Trump is trying to get passed that no member of the Senate or Congress can own stock. So they know that's coming. So that's why a lot of them, their portfolios are jumping because they know it's near the end. So I think we're going to get less politicians like Lindsey Graham, Nancy Mace,
Nancy Pelosi.
that have a lot of investment in these defense companies because defense companies only make money when we're at war.
Right.
So we have Congress people that want us to go to war.
Halliburton,
So
like
this
Halliburton.
is going to cut that out. So I think those two things that was announced over the last 2 days, I think is definitely going to help. And hopefully with Scott Bassett, they're actually going to force to graduate from high school. You have to pass 2 financial literacy classes to learn about economics and taxation. And that's part of that Trump account, that, everybody born gets $1,000 in the S&P 500 index fund. So I think a lot of those things that Bernie Sanders first mentioned, I'm glad somebody is finally putting it into play instead of just talking about it for 10, 15 years.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I see a great progression. I see that on the left side, the liberals and the Democratic Party, they see the cup is half empty. Whereas the people on the right see it as half full.
Right.
That's my perspective on things. And I see so many benefits of Trump being in office. I see so many benefits for my daughter, and I've experienced them from the very moment, 10 hours after he was announced president, my shit blew up like the World Trade Center. 10 hours.
Crypto,
everything. The people that are whining or complaining are not using the resources and assets that he's providing. And then they want to have that, woe is we. They like that pity pot.
After we lost a big state
like
when
they like
won.
that pity pot. Oh, woe is we, so-called woke folk.
You know how much my stocks
If
went
you're on the
down?
left,
Greg
you
Digger.
can't be right.
Greg Digger, give us a comic view on everything we
Yeah,
talked about
please.
today.
Yeah, this is funny.
Marlo's.
Well, since Adam thinks black people ain't worth a shit.
He ain't never say that.
I mean,
He ain't never say that.
If black people ain't worth a shit, why'd you run where they ain't? Huh? You keep your bald-headed ass, redneck ass over there in Hawaii, gonna tell me I'm a black man and I ain't worth a shit. Then that's saying something bad about Sam too. Because I think Sam says he's the black man. I don't know. Now, Lyric, I love you. You said what you had to say, and you said everything truthfully.
Hold on, I'm coming out.
Damn. The new lady down there, you're a pretty black woman. All right, I can say black woman, can't I? It's all right.
I'm coming out.
And Adam, you're a white man. So and Sam, I don't know what the hell you are because you come on every week and you somebody else. So Sam agrees with the one that out. If it's 3 of us agree on what to say, Sam's gonna be with it. But I love Sam. I pissed him off tonight. I got him good.
No, it's been a great show, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all participation and everything. But I'm like Denzel Washington and Malik Yoba and what's the other dude named Idris Elba? I am not black. I'm human.
Right.
You and your brother Adam.
Yeah, he really is my brother. Adam is my brother.
I get it, Fitz. You are not a human. You are a Trumpster.
Yeah.
I'm a Homo sapien. Love y'all.
Love you.